What's up, Internet? It's me, the notorious B.I.V. And, like a couple days, so it's been a week since I got my vax. And a couple days after getting my vax, my entire family, including me, got friggin' C.V. So, kind of sucks. But we've had pretty mild symptoms, so that's nice. I think my wife got hit hardest, but she's like, doesn't have, not nearly as bad as some of the other cases I've heard, so that's great. I've had some fevers on and off, and a little lethargic, like I just really don't feel like doing a whole lot. It's almost too much to like do this video today. I was gonna do it yesterday, and I'm just like, I don't think so. But today I'm kind of feeling up to it, so let's do this. But that's not the point of the video. So, but yeah, but that's a thing. My family got COVID after I got vaccinated. So, so today though, I want to talk about, I like screwing with people. And not just, and I think part of the reason is because I feel like I am like acutely aware of things, and I think of life in general. Like, I feel things very acutely, and life itself, like just the act of existence is like uncomfortable to me at times. Like that's how acutely I feel things. And I think a lot of addicts are that way. I have a theory that addicts, since we feel things we're so sensitive, that we feel things a lot more acutely than other people. And I think the majority of people kind of go through life just kind of blissfully unaware. Not necessarily unaware, but just like a little bit less aware. They just kind of just go about their lives, and they don't really like get it. Okay. Anyway, and this isn't about my addiction. This necessarily, and I'll link. Maybe I'll link my addiction video in the description. But so I like to just see if people are paying attention, right? And my friend Paul and I, we used to work as parking lot attendants. We would, for like events and special events and things like that. People would come, they'd give me their money, I'd give them a ticket, and they'd go park, right? So he and I, and this illustrates another point. Like if you're expecting to hear a certain thing, you will probably hear that thing, regardless. So he and I, every time when these people would come in to amuse ourselves, we'd be like, instead of saying thanks when they left, we'd say stuff like spanks. We'd be like spanks or franks or whatever, right? Angst, just like whatever words we could think of that rhymed with thanks. And people would like almost every person would just be like, yep, they just go along their way, and they didn't notice a thing. Every now and then someone would, and it'd be kind of funny. But yeah, for the most part, people just blissfully go along with their lives. Anyway, earlier this week, I was volunteering at this mill near my house here. They make flour and pasta and things like that. So I'm at this mill. Excuse me, I have C.V. Fetch. Anyway, I'm at this mill, and I'm just stacking boxes of flour like all day long on these pallets. And once the pallet was full, I'd press the button, and the pallet would go along its way, and then down this other track. So so there are these other guys like across from me that are like stacking pallets of oatmeal, and I'm looking, or oats, I guess, dried oats, whatever. And every time, so these guys, they're looking over at me, and every time I would send a pallet, I'd be doing this, right? And then it would go the other way, and I'd be like this, you know? As you can tell, I'm amused just thinking about it. So, I have friggin' CVID. So, so I would do that like every time, right? And these guys are looking at me like, so like, and consistency is also the key when you're like poking somebody. You got to do it consistently, okay? So like I did that. I'm doing that every time. Like I'm sending a pallet away, right? And these guys are looking at me. Like the first time, they're just like what's that guy doing? That's weird, right? And the second couple of times, they're like, you know, they're thinking like, why is he doing? He's still doing that. Like, are we supposed to be doing that? Like, what's going on, right? and then the fourth and fifth time, they're just like, okay, like, is this guy screwing with me, right? So that was fun. I mean, I had to entertain myself. It was like boring. It was boring manual labor. I did it for like 4 hours. Another time I was there. Every time, this was at a different location there. So like, every time we stacked a pallet, a forklift driver would come and pick up the pallet, you know? So like every time the forklift driver came, I'd be like this. I'd be like, right? I'm like guiding him in, right? And he doesn't need that, right? And I know that, and he knows that. But I'm just like guiding him in, right? Then I'm like, okay, yep, okay, good job, right? Every time. And the forklift driver's just like, oh, what an idiot, right? But anyway, it's awesome. I love like just poking people like that. And again, just making people, you know, seeing if they even notice, right? However, this can get you in trouble from time to time. So this one time at my church, there was this cute chick in the primary room, right, in our building. And every time I walk by there, I'd like look in there and be like you know, like, or whatever, right? And I thought, you know, I was being pretty subtle, but I guess I wasn't. And so they notified my bishop, my pastor, right? And he's talking to me one time. He's like, hey, by the way, you know, so like there are like several congregations that meet in this one building, right? So like they were one and we were one, and we overlap. So he was like, yeah, so these ladies in this other congregation were like telling me that you were like kind of looking in all the time and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take care of that. Sorry about that, Bishop. So, so I had to go and apologize to these ladies, and it was very embarrassing. And anyway, so sometimes it does backfire, and I'm probably going to hell for that one, but at least I'll be able to amuse myself while I'm there, right?